Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this video, I'll be looking at Space Ghost issue 11. Okay, so this is issue 11 of Space Ghost. I don't quite know why. I swear this is like early, or the other one was late, because it's only been a handful of weeks since last time. It's not been a full month, so I don't know why we're in issue Space Ghost, but hey ho. J. Lee cover again. Again, this one had a lot of decent covers on it, same as issue 10, so we went for this one. So, Zorak has apparently broken out 6 hours ago from the dimension, and he meets this guy here who is Xandar Bell, who we saw in the previous issue, which again seems to suggest that that is a more nefarious group, because originally it was just like, oh, I'm a scientist, I'm just doing scientific things for the sake, and now it's like, oh, actually, I've just freed Zorak. Um, anyway, so Bell has released all of the prisoners from the prison, and they're going to effectively create their own, almost like Sinister Six. So they go after Space Ghost, and Space Ghost's there with his space piranhas, and Jan's there, and they kind of supposed to have this day off, and it's getting a bit fed up with it, all this kind of stuff as well. Um, and then something really weird happens. So whilst she's capturing this thing, Jan is kind of going through the computers to basically look to see if she can apply to be at this Space Academy, Science Academy. And Space Ghost goes off the rails. It's like, well, you applying for Space Academy off my back and all this kind of stuff as well. And it's like, oh, how dare you, after everything I've done for you and all this kind of stuff. It's like, right. And then he says about being wanted by the science police or whatever they are and try to have a normal life. It's like, no. And Jam says that because she met future Jace, obviously she doesn't know that anyway, that she realised that she wanted a normal life. So they go. So Space Ghost kind of goes, oh, I forbid you to leave this planet. And then, so they go, well, sod that, we're not listening to you. So off they trot. And Space Ghost gets in the right strop and starts smashing stuff up. And it's like, you know, he's finally managed to drive him off. It's like, right. So originally I thought, well, why are you being so petulant? Why are you being so ridiculously overreactive, kind of like, smashing stuff up because they've left you? And I thought that was really out of character. Now, since then, I thought, well, maybe because he knows that Jace is supposed to be Space Spectre, that he's trying to keep them from basically interacting with the outside world to hope that that never happens. But that's never mentioned in his thought bubbles or even his, even in his speech. You thought it'd be like, he'd say something like, I don't want you to, I've seen the future and I don't want you to become whatever. But there's no mention of it whatsoever, which is just really, really weird. So I'm taking it on face value at the moment. He's just really grumpy and doesn't like want to be, doesn't like them going off. Very odd. Anyway, so he's attacked by the Sinister Six, and they do some, effective fighting, but they're not exactly the best of things. Space Ghost kind of holds his own out for a few times, and these guys turn down Zorak is there, and everyone's there, and all this kind of stuff. And Jan and Jace are kind of like talking about, Blip missing Space Ghost, and yeah, so Space Ghost is in trouble. So eventually they kind of realise that tries to contact them by the thing and apologise, and Space Ghost is screaming, so they realise that there's an issue. So they turn around and go out. And it's quite weird because he's got this scar on him. It's like, oh, what's that scar on your head? Is it because a 13-year-old beat you up? So he gets really humpy about it. Then Jan and Jace show up, a little bit of laser fires, and you got, again, I wonder what those guns are, because are they deadly guns? Do you give kids deadly guns? It seems, that's dangerous. But I mean, I'd assume they were like, stun pistols or something that just cause issue, but we're not actually killing anyone outright. I don't know. It's never been certified. Anyway, so yeah, so they're doing their best as they can. They kind of cause a distraction. The old Iron Chappie there is kind of bulletproof, and they basically destroy the rocks and teleport out. And it's like, okay, well, he's in trouble. We'll just carry on doing what we're doing. But eventually, we'll kind of go. We've caught Blip. Blip is going to go back to the people. We're going to get 60 million credits. And it's like, don't worry about it. As soon as they remember, we'll be soon enough. And literally, they just, they teleported out as well. They weren't actually caught underneath the. Well, presumably they teleported out as well. They weren't caught under the collapse of the actual area. So yeah, so this again, not a bad issue. It's quite cool. We've got a Sinister Six vibe going on here, which is always pretty decent. You know, remember the first time happened with Spidey. Um, where do you go? I mean, again, I don't know. I assume this, you know, I suppose, you know, this series is going to be ongoing as it is, but you know, you can only do this so many times. You have to fight, but again, decent, not too bad. Really, not as quite as good as the last one, just mainly because of Space Ghost acting so ridiculously over touchy. Um, but if there is a reason for it because of Jace, then say it. Tell us, because at the moment he just looks like a child, and it's not very not very good for Space Ghost to just acting like a big stroppy idiot. Because somebody's disobeyed his orders. It's like, no, you're supposed to be, you know, Space Ghost. You're supposed to be stoic. You're supposed to be, you know, not bothered by stuff, and now you're smashing up computer equipment because someone disobeyed you. Not a good look. Anyway, so yeah, pretty cool. Um, Again, like I said before, multiple covers that are pretty decent this time round. Um, but yeah, not too bad at all. So there you go. Anyway, I'll stop rambling now. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say about this one. So thanks very much. And hopefully I will see you on a video again very, very soon. Bye-bye.